So today I want to address my eBay horror story. I know I uploaded one video on YouTube relating to eBay and how to sell on eBay, how to make money on eBay. And I've said how I made a couple of mistakes. And I made another mistake. And it was horrific. It was tragic. It was awful. And it lasted 2 months or 3 months or 4 months or 5 months. I don't know. It's not over yet. And I got a message again yesterday. And it has brought my high blood pressure up. I can't take it anymore. I hate eBay so much. So here's my eBay story. So I sell stuff on eBay, and so it was around some type of month ago. I sold an item, like, let's say at the beginning of the month. I made, so I guess I should explain. I got 3 products, or 4 or 5. I got 4 products for $10, or it might have been 3. And each product, okay, I got 4 products for $10, and I sold each product for $80, $90. So each product sold for $90. So that's 90, 90, 90, 90. So 90 times 4, that's how much I was supposed to make. Minus 10, minus the fees, etc. That's how it works. And I sold 2 items at the beginning of the month. I was like, great. One item I put tracking because I was going to Florida. The other item was going to Brea, California. So I was like, oh, that's 2 hours away. I don't need to put tracking, Besides, tracking is not required by eBay, So I was like, okay, I'm not going to put tracking. We'll get there. And then within a week, I don't get any messages. I was like, okay, it got delivered. Perfect. Then that same week, I upload. Okay, maybe not that the next week, I upload 2 more. No, then after that I waited a week and I uploaded the 2 other items. And I got bids. The seller was the same seller I've sold before, and I was shipping 2 items to them. This is Brea, California, and I was like, okay, I'll ship them together. Ship them together, and they updated their system. So I was like, okay, how do I print an invoice that says I shipped them together? I didn't know how to print it out, and I messaged them telling them, oh, hey, I sent the 2 items together, and here's a $5 refund. I wasn't able to fix it for you, so here's a $5 refund. And in total, I don't know how much I made, and I waited as long as I could. I thought, okay, it got delivered. I didn't think of anything like that. I didn't have tracking. I put them in the same package. I wasn't able to create an invoice, so I think that's what got them mad, because they wanted an invoice. I was like, I'll email you the invoice. I won't be able to provide the invoice, but I'll email it to you. But they never responded to me at all. And then eBay has its policies, right? Where it's like, oh, you cannot file a claim unless it's been 15 days, 30 days, etc. So next thing you know, it's like it's the official date where they're allowed to file a claim, and I get 1 claim, and I was like, what? I was like, this item was not delivered. And then I get another claim saying this item was not delivered, and I was like, what? And I was like, what's going on? How is it that this item did not get delivered? I messaged them telling them, hello, what do you mean the item was not delivered? And they're like, post tracking. And then I guess then they filed another complaint against me for a 3rd item. And I contacted eBay right away, and customer service didn't care. And then after the third item, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I call them and I tell them, what is going on? How is it that 3 items did not get delivered? To me, that's suspicious. I told them, that's suspicious that they didn't even bother to contact me. Like, hey, it's been 30 days. They contact you and not me. You know, why they contact you and not me? They should have at least contacted me. That way I could figure it out. You know, that way I could have gone that same week to the post office and filed a complaint against them or tell them. And they're like, oh no. eBay customer service told me that. They're like, well, you need to show proof. And I was like, I don't have proof. I told them, I only have a receipt for one item. And I send them the item and they're like, oh, you shipped to the wrong address. You shipped to Florida, so you messed up. And I was like, excuse me? I messed up? No, you're fucking up because you don't even know how to read a receipt. I told him, like, where are you located? Like, are you located in Asia that you cannot read a receipt? You know, how is it that you guys have a business, you know? You guys are a business, yet you cannot read a receipt, you know? It clearly stated, item 1, shipping to Florida, tracking. I told him I shipped two of the same items, one to Brea, one to Florida. Can you not read? I tell him, here's the receipt, please read it right. I tell him, that is rude and disrespectful that you guys are professionals, yet you cannot read a simple receipt. You know, what's going on? Like, honestly, I gave you proof, but they didn't take it. They're like, no, you need tracking. And it's like, oh my god, it was just so complicated. I was like, so then why do you, if you're not gonna back me up, why don't you make tracking mandatory? You know what I mean? I don't understand why eBay doesn't make tracking mandatory. If so I could order an item, so I could buy from eBay and then, I buy from eBay and they don't give tracking for the item I buy, and I could be like, oh, I didn't get the item, and guess who's gonna be fucked up? Guess who's gonna be losing here? The buyer. I mean the seller, right? The eBay, the one that sells on eBay, the one that makes eBay money. They're gonna be affected in this because they didn't put tracking, They don't require tracking, so I think that's messed up. How eBay does that, I think they need to fix that. I wanna do that. I wanna buy a lot of stuff and claim it as not received. But I'm not gonna do that, I don't need you to do that. I every time I buy on eBay, there's always tracking anyway, so. Oh, but I hate eBay so much for doing that, They said, oh no, we can't help you. We're not gonna help you. And they took out the money without warning me, at least warn me. And then I called PayPal. PayPal is another issue, they're like, I called them and they told me. I told them, what are you guys doing? Like, why is it that I owe this much money? And hey, like, you guys are messing with my money. And they're like, well, it's not your money. They told me that, and I was like, what? Excuse me? Excuse me, bitch? I was like, what did this bitch just say? I told him, excuse me, yes, this is my money. I told him, the case is still continuing. It's not closed, and there's issues because there's only 2 items that are unclaimed, yet you guys are claiming that I owe $300. The items are not even worth that much. I didn't even take out that much money, so why is it that I owe $300? And they're like, oh, I don't know. And then I tell them, I have credit with you guys. I have a credit line, I have this and that. I have my personal information, so I wouldn't lie. This is my money. Don't give me that bullshit, Don't be disrespectful because this is my money you guys are messing up with. So, I try to buy stuff on eBay. I try to use my PayPal account and I couldn't. So, this was affecting my personal stuff too, you know what I mean? I couldn't buy anything, I was trying to buy an iPhone and I couldn't. And I had a coupon for it, buying an iPhone and I couldn't. It was just, everything was messed up, And I don't think it was right that they did that, The case wasn't even closed. At least, I have the money. I didn't even spend the money. I had the money, and I think it was messed up with both PayPal and eBay did that. So anyways, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I just messaged the seller, telling them, yeah, I contacted the postal office. I'll message you later, I didn't know what else to do. And finally, I did go to the post office and I told them, your item was shipped. I'm like, are you sure? They were like, yes, it was shipped. And then I didn't even bother to contact anyone. I was like, whatever. I take a loss on it. That's almost like $300 I lost. I was like, whatever. I'm taking a loss. And then I got the money and I just had it in my pocket, ready for them to empty my bank account. And then I was like, oh man, I got so depressed. I was like, why do they have to do that, you know? And then I told them, well, I'm gonna go. Okay, I don't know if I should be saying this, but I told them I'm gonna go. I know I got the address for the business. I'm gonna go and burn it down. And they're like, okay, you want to burn it down? Go ahead. That's what eBay customer service told me, and I recorded them, you know. But obviously, I recorded them, but I cannot publish the conversation just because I don't think it's allowed. You know, when you record a conversation, you're supposed to tell them, like, it's state law that you tell them I'm recording you, and I did tell them, hey, I'm recording you. I'm recording this conversation, and they got mad. The manager, you know, and eBay, when you call eBay and ask for a manager, they never call you back, ever. You know, I was like, what the fuck? You know, and that's the problem. You know, they don't take it serious because I call them and they're like, oh, we're closing already. I can't pass you. You can't talk to a manager today, but we'll make sure they call you tomorrow. And I waited tomorrow, the next day, they never called me. And then I called early in the morning and around 9 a.m. on a Saturday, and I told them I need to speak to a manager. They're like, okay, it took 5 hours. It was so frustrating. I was like, how could they do this to me as a seller? How could they not treat me as a professional? How could they disrespect me? That's $300 out there, you know? I don't think it's right. And who knows what the fuck ended up happening, you know? Somehow I ended up with more money than I was supposed to. Somehow I still have the money. Somehow the seller got the money back. Somehow the seller, I'm the seller. Somehow the buyer got their money back. Somehow I still have the money. Somehow everything's confusing now. I don't understand why can't they do things professionally, you know? And I got a message yesterday, so that's why I got more stressed out, you know? And, you know, I ended up selling all this stuff. I ended up not paying fees. I ended up getting money back. I ended up getting extra money back. I ended up getting money. I don't know what's going on, you know? It's just so stressful to this day. It's like, what happened? You know what I mean? I'm so confused, you know? Because I ended up with way more money than I was supposed to. How? I don't know. Who fucked up? I don't know. Why would they do this to me? I don't know, you know? So I spent that money. I spent, like, that money I got. So I spent the money. I spent some type of money that was some type of money. Whose money was it? I don't know. I did have money. And they gave me, I don't know, I had extra money in there. So I'm so confused by that. And the case are closed now, yet I still have some money. I have like, I don't know what the fuck happened. I am so confused and I'm so pissed off, you know. This frustrates me. And I can't even enjoy the money. You know, I still have all that money. Can't even enjoy it. That's like $300 I can't even enjoy, you know. $400 I can't enjoy. I want to enjoy that money. But how long will eBay torment me with this? You know, I told my brother, I don't know what to do. You know, eBay is gonna, I will be tormented for 180 days to 300 days. You know, are they gonna get me back? You know, I don't want the day to be over. I don't want it to be 180 days, and they torment me. You know, I spend the money and they torment me and empty my bank account, etc. And then I have to pay extra fees. I don't want that to happen. So it's just very stressful. I just have so much stress over that, and it gets me depressed. It gets me sad. It gets me headaches. It gets me thoughts about burning places down. You know, it gives me thoughts about going to the Burrell and burning that place down, and it's just so frustrating for me. You know, like I said, it gets me thoughts. I'm not saying I'm gonna go burn the place down. You know, that's a different story. I never burn the place down. I'm never going. I don't even know. I don't even have the dress. I don't have anything. People don't accept. Okay, so for the people that might be thinking that I'm crazy, don't exaggerate. You know, it's the stress that's getting to me. It's the stress it's caused by all this. All because of some simple fucking tracking. You know, and if it doesn't implement that, why aren't you gonna implement that? You know, if they told me, oh, it's required, I would have paid for it, and you know, I would have been protected. But they don't do that. They don't care. You know, that's messed up. It hit me right in the heart. I'm hurt. And I'm so frustrated with that. And you know, after the 180 days, I'm not gonna. I chose not. I'm choosing not to spend the money. If they don't take the money, I'm just gonna open up like a credit union and save the money. Cause that's $300, right? Or yeah, I have a bunch of save. I have a bunch of accounts where I have money. I create multiple accounts. So that's it. I'm going already. I'm leaving. Why does this happen to me? Anyways, I'm still selling on eBay. You know, I'm okay with eBay now a little bit. You know, I'm trying to get back into eBay. You know, I think because I think it's just messed up what they did to me, and I don't think they wanted to help me. That's so messed up. So that's it. That's how I'm ending my eBay story. I already have a headache. You know, it's bringing so much torture to me talking about it. So much tormenting that I just got a headache right now and just it hit me again. And I'm just ending this video and I'm gonna upload this video to YouTube, and after this I'm never even gonna talk about eBay anymore. That's it. I'm done. It's over money. Alright, so thanks for watching everyone, and please learn from my mistakes. If you sell on eBay, pay that $1. You know, and you know, just pay that $1, okay? Why don't go through all the stress I went to? Just put tracking, you know. So you know, so this is my advice for the ones that try to sell on eBay. So thanks for watching, everyone.